I'm going to call this meeting together on Tuesday, November 10th. It's 9 o'clock, according to 2 or 3 different watches here. So I'm calling to order. Out of respect, please turn off all cell phones and remove all hats. And is there anybody recording this meeting? We have one person. Anybody else? Okay, just one person recording. So if everybody would please stand, and we'll have the silent moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Okay, the board members all got their last board minutes meeting in their boxes and so forth. Are there any corrections that need to be changed in those minutes? Okay, then I would like to have a motion that we accept these minutes.
Make a motion, we accept these minutes.
I'll second it.
I got a second from Millie first. You're too late. Your microphone's not up high enough. Or it's not on.
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, fine.
Wow.
Okay. Since you want to talk, let's go into correspondence.
Excuse me, Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
you had a first and a second, you didn't know both of them.
Oh, I was confused by, all right. All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
All opposed? Okay, thank you, Arlene.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and other correspondence.
This was submitted on 10/21/20. It starts off with, please read at next board meeting to the Board of Directors. I have some questions. 1, final cost of floor. 2, who is the AC contractor and cost? 3, cost for new mailing, and I think the word is clarified. What happens to ballots is already sent in? 4, what are the credentials of the general manager and bookkeeper? 5, why does Brookridge have a new attorney? What is his/hers retention fee? 6, did Brookridge sever its ties with Becker Associates? If not, what is their retention fee? If not, why does Brookridge have 2 attorneys? Number 7, please clarify that the board boards can adjust reserves between elements. These questions are pretty easy to answer. So I would like the answers next meeting.
Is this a workshop or a board meeting?
Gail Metcalf. I don't know what this, presented by, accepted, Gail Metcalf.
Are you having a hard time reading that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Gail, in response to your letter, your questions have already been answered and voted on in previous meetings and have been published in the News and Views. I do not feel it is necessary to recap past decisions. I have put together a packet that answers all your questions, and you can pick it up after the meeting. Thank you.
I have a question to speak to this letter.
I'm sorry, you can, when,
Wait, can't.
you can't right now, we're in correspondence.
I,
Go ahead, Ann.
October 16th, 2020, Board of Directors, Brookridge Community, Brookridge BOD.
Okay,
point of order. I have filled out a sheet in the back, and it says,
Wait, what about a microphone? Microphone?
Mr. President, in the back of the room.
Your
we
name and
have-
unit number, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gail Metcalf, Unit 6. Mr. President, in the back of the room, it says, if you would like to speak to any of the agenda items, which agenda item is it? And please put it in there. I gave it to the recording secretary. That means that when this agenda, when any agenda item comes up, that person gets to speak.
well, this is not an agenda item, this is just, we're just reading correspondence.
That is an agenda item. Correspondence is an agenda item. Anything that is on the agenda is an agenda item. That is an
Past
executive.
agendas, and you just handed this in today, correct?
I handed it in this morning. It was on the back, it was on the
Correct.
back table, and I
Okay.
handed it in this
And
morning.
we,
So that means,
I read with difficulty your letter.
I also sent in a typed one, and I don't know why you didn't get it. So, the way that Robert's rules go, that if somebody wants to speak to an agenda item, and that is, correspondence is an agenda item, please, if we have a, person here that knows more about the Robert's rules, I would like to,
We have never let somebody speak on their correspondence.
if you request to speak on an agenda item, which is correspondence, is an agenda item. It is an agenda item. It is part of the agenda. This is the agenda. Is that correct?
This is correspondence, it's really not
It's,
agenda, Gail.
it's still the agenda. What does it say at the top of your form? It says today's agenda. It doesn't start,
But it doesn't bring anything up on today's agenda.
It
The
is
agenda
not.
items,
It's
appointment of new AC, election committee, and nominating committee. That's what's on the agenda for today.
at the
And if you
beginning,
want to speak on one of those three items, then you can do that. I've got your packet all together that I will give you at the end of the meeting. Gail will answer all your questions. I don't see it's right to sit here and hash through all those 6 items that you had, that they've been answered before.
It's very clear. I'm just asking for figures, and I want to thank you for, putting the information on our new manager and our bookkeeper. It was in the News and Views, and I thank you for putting that information in, so we know, because when they were introduced, we didn't really know what their credentials were. And it's nice to know. I mean, I'm not looking for anything, I'm not looking to hurt this committee, this board. I am not looking to hurt this board. But these are the questions that keep coming up, and a simple yes and no, and the figures, which are right in the, that are right in you pay the bills every month.
You know, we've
on our
discussed
service.
these numerous times, it's in print. Why must we go through this again?
Because people don't know, people are
They're
still.
in the News and
People are
Views.
still asking,
And if you
All
come
all
to the
right, you know
Mr.
what?
President, I say, enough of this. They're wasting our time.
I am
They're
not
wasting the time. She
wasting.
knows better than to do all this.
I also
Yeah.
know,
It's just a disruption. I say,
Okay.
gavel it down.
then,
Your answers are all in the packet, Gail. They're all in the packet. You weren't here, Gail. Gail, you weren't
Mr.
here.
Bruno, you are being disrespectful. All right, these people don't.
All right, put your dog and pony show on again, Gail. No, you can have it at the end of the meeting.
I would like to. I am not going to be here at the end of the meeting because all I wanted was information. most people are looking for.
You know, Gail, as well as I do, that we do not have to have these workshop meetings. It doesn't say anything in our bylaws about it. Now, you keep it up, and people don't show
You
decorum
know what?
and show respect to people, then we won't have them anymore.
Okay, I am not being disrespectful. I gave you the questions
3
last
minutes.
month.
3 minutes, Gail.
I gave you the questions last month.
You're done, your 3 minutes are up.
Okay, this isn't done though.
All right, thank you. I hope it's not done.
Are you threatening?
No, I'm not.
All right. All I wanted was information.
And you'll get your information at the end of the meeting.
Next correspondence.
Go ahead, Gail.
What?
Ann, go ahead.
October 16th, 2020, addressed to the Board of Directors at Brookridge Community. Resident information. Dear Board, I would like to request that the Board set up a website just for informing residents of current Board decisions. At present, we get it by word of mouth, the Nextdoor site, and the Brookridge residents on Facebook, which would seem to be sufficient, but it seems that the Board hands off items to various residents to place on Nextdoor site. These may or may not be correct, and it causes confusion, rumors, and tall tales. Items on the Nextdoor site are often buried in with sale items and cheerful notes, and quite often is lost in the train of members' comments. I realize that all of the residents of Brookridge do not have the internet, but the vast majority do. The Board should make some provisions for ones that do not use it, but I think all would benefit from the correct information put out in a timely manner. Sincerely, Leila Harvey. I'm sorry?
Lila Harley.
Lila, excuse me. Keep going.
Yes.
November 4th, 2020, to Mark Keller, President and the Board of BOD of BCPL. We attended the BOD meeting on October 21 of 2020. We came to the meeting to listen to the Board and what is happening in our community. It is a shame that some that attended that meeting like to have a social hour during the meeting. If they want to have a social meeting, then get together before or after the meeting. These people showed no respect to the Board or to the residents that came to listen to our meeting. Two of the people that were disrupting the meeting are paid employees here in Brookridge, and one was a former Board member. They know better than to cause such a disturbance. They are representatives of Brookridge and should be setting an example, not causing a disturbance. The Board of Directors have enough challenges to meet on a day-to-day basis when they have to put up with this meeting showing no respect to our President and the Board of Directors. They are working to make this a better community for all of us and try and bring everyone together. But there are some residents that live in here that have such a negative attitude or maybe jealousy that the Board is working to make Brookridge one of the best communities in Florida to retire and enjoy life. Come on, people. Let's work together and enjoy each day to its fullest. One never knows what tomorrow will bring. Linda and Ken Wall.
Thank you, Ann, for reading that. correspondence. Okay, for the president's, report that I have, I really don't have too much report because, my GM's gonna give a report, which fills in a lot of it. But we received a letter from Becker and Associates that I would like to read to everyone. And, it was to be read to the members of the Brookridge community. It started out as, "Dear members of the board, there has been a recent spike in COVID-19 cases around the nation, and perhaps controversy over right and wrong approaches. Of course, your board must rise above this and exercise its fiduciary duty to operate the community in the best interest of the members, admittedly easier said than done. This will likely become more of an issue in the oncoming months. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has extended the state of emergency in the state for another 60 days until January 2nd, 2021. This strengthens the arguments for the associations to continue exercising certain emergency powers contemplated by the statutes. I'm sure you know that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to navigating this crisis. In lieu of this information, masks will continue to be worn in all Brookridge buildings. An example, the association office, guardhouse, and clubhouse until further notice. The safety and health of our residents is our top priority during this pandemic. This entire letter will be published in the December issue of the News and Views, and that's from our attorney firm, Steve Metzer, Becker, Polikoff. Okay, general manager's report.
Can I read that from here, or do I have to stand up?
That's at the mic.
Oh, you got a mic?
You can do it from there.
You can do it from there.
I'm not very good with this. Can you guys hear me? You can hear? Let me stand up. Now can you hear me? Is it working? Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I just want to say there seems to be some residents who are having trouble getting email and or criticizing how the association office is handling our computer problems. As some of you may have noticed, our website showed hieroglyphics over the weekend, and I want to assure you our system was not compromised in any way. We acquired most of the problems because no one had filled the vacant GM's position until now. We had software that was missing from our system. Also, I was blocked from certain programs, had corrupted files, trouble receiving and sending emails, and I couldn't connect with the server. The router was outdated and the server had not been updated for a year and a half. We have now backed up and I'm losing my mask. Okay. We have now backed up and updated the server, installed a new router, and we're also setting up a different system for a mass emailing to our residents. We are in the process of getting our system up and running proficiently, but we still have some fine tuning to do. We have a lot of issues to contend with these past weeks, so if you can just be patient during this process, we hope to resolve these issues in the coming weeks. I would also like to announce that I do have email. It's carolgm@brookridge.com if you want to reach me. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Mr. Treasurer.
How about now? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a mask. Appointment of a new ACC member.
Your treasurer's before Rich.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
He's ahead of himself.
I'm sorry. Treasury Report, this is for October. We start out here with the operating account balances, 162,287.77. 1112-00 A&R assessments, previous month, end of war, 185,310.29. ARC fines owed, 62,666.53. Jumping down to 4,000
Assessment income cash basis report number 30, 127, 529, 41. Other income, 4899.29. It comes up to 132, 428.70. Operating expenses.
Are these new issues to be covered in the workshop, new issues?
I can't understand you, sir. Can I continue reading?
He wants to know if these are new issues.
New
Just
issues?
a
Yeah,
regular
he wants to-
report that we do to inform everyone.
Yes, this comes out every month. Is that the answer you'd like to hear?
Continue.
Continue?
Go ahead, Rich, continue.
October, administration, 29,544.75, year-to-date, 297,853.94. Budget, 419,000, year-to-date, 71%. Facilities, 20,651.60, year-to-date, 226,672.42. Budget, 283,000, 80% used. Public Works, 20,950.25, year-to-date, 188,139.34. Budget, 241,500, 78%. Code enforcement, 36,608.69, year-to-date, 297, 464.29. Budget, 342,000, 87%. Total expenses for the month, 107, 577.29, year-to-date, 1,000,000, 10,129.99. Budget, 1,285,500, 79%. Going down to reserve accounts. The reserve account total, the balance, 1,926,786.97. Expenses, and all the reserves paid out. Proxy, Premier, Floor, 47,476. The bottom year to date, for the month, 476,000. And on the bottom line here, social club accounts, 32,067.68. And the donated funds checking account, 26,172.45.
Is that available on the internet, on the website?
Not at this moment, it's still down. The server, we've had problems with the computer and the internet.
It will be posted in the news and views.
Rich, will that be posted in the news and views?
Well, news and views is always a month behind,
Right.
so it's a month behind the news and views. If you like the information, just give me a call, come to the office and talk to me. So simple, we go to the old way 50 years ago, telephone, come on in. I'm there, I'm there every day.
Okay, Rich, thank you for your report.
You have your hand up.
Uh,
Usually take questions now.
Jack, right,
May I ask a question now?
can you wait till the members'
Comment.
comments to do that, please? Okay. Now, these were reports. Okay, we have no unfinished business. New business, goes back to Rich Stratton.
Appointment of new ACC member. For some reason, he's not here. I think it's a health issue. I'd like the board's permission to move this to next meeting. Gene's got problem walking, and I cannot verify he's not here. I know he has trouble walking all the time. So I think the board to approve moving this appointment to next meeting, I would sure appreciate it.
You would like to table this to the next meeting, Rich?
Yes, I would, Mr. President.
Okay, do I have, You have a motion to table this to the next meeting. Do I have a first? Millie's first.
Ben. Let's hold on for a minute. They can't hear. Thank you. Come on. Thank you.
Taking a motion on this?
Go ahead,
Yeah, we
please.
got a motion by Millie. Do I have a second?
What is this, the table?
To table the ACC appointment to next meeting.
Second.
Seconded by Vinnie Bruno. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next one. The Secretary Election Committee. Papers. Election Committee topic analysis. Need to establish election committee members as of SOP 3.4. I'd like to motion to appoint Mary Sweeney as chairman of the election committee. Do I get a second? Seconded by Rosemary. Discussion?
Now, that's when a member can come up and discuss if they would like, if they have discussion on this.
No discussion?
No discussion?
All in favor of Mary Sweeney being chairman?
Aye.
Aye. Carried. Number 2, motion to appoint volunteers. Isabel Rad, Kate Dittner, Beverly Epstein, alternate, Janet McClanahan, election committee. Do I get a motion on that? My
I have a
motion?
question first.
Yes?
Do the appointed volunteers, do they have to be sworn in?
No. Mary had discussed it already, no.
No? Okay, thank you.
Do I
I'll
get it?
second that.
Okay, thank you, Rosemary. Any more brief discussion on that?
Yes, ma'am?
We don't speak after the agenda.
I don't see it on here either.
It's not on mine either, Rich.
It's on mine.
Did you appoint her?
Yes, I called her. I talked on the phone already.
Yeah, that was for a different one.
No, wasn't it?
That was for the nominating committee, Rich.
Would you like to table this to the next meeting, Rich?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You don't have the, we can't table.
We discussed this, excuse me, I'm out of order here. We discussed the election committee when I was discussing about Charles, your neighbor. Did you get a little confused about that? When I was talking about you and the committees and the, I don't know. So let me back up here. On the election committee, do you want to be in the election committee? Sure, your chairman's telling you yes. What?
You did call and ask if I'd be on the nominating committee. No. My name's not on the mic.
Bev, you're not on. Turn the mic on, please.
Sorry, is it on now? No. Is it on now? No. It's not working.
Nominating committee, if I step ahead here, you're on the nominating committee motion. You want to see it?
It was on the election committee with Peggy Christie. You called about.
Yes. You're on that committee.
That's on the
You're on that.
election committee, not nominating. On the election,
Mary
not
Sweeney.
on the, you got me confused now. When you called me, you said I would be on with Peggy Christie. I am also helping,
Okay. But didn't Mary talk to you?
yes, I'm also helping Mary
Okay,
on the election committee.
we're covered.
Okay.
But we need the correct documentation, Rich.
Okay, we'll get proper documentation. That's not a problem.
So, Bev, you're gonna be on the election committee, correct?
That's what,
Okay, and your name is eliminated on ours. Just so we're clear here.
yes.
All right, thank you.
I'm clear what I'm doing.
So when we vote, we're gonna add in Bev Epstein. so it's clear.
And that was on the election committee, right?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Well, we don't have it.
I have it. Maybe you have to say, I have it right here, black and white.
My packet.
Here's my packet.
No, we don't have it, Rich. But that's, look, we just make sure it's correct now. And that Bev is gonna be on the election committee. I'll make a motion to pass with Bev Epstein, a correction in our paper.
I'll make sure theirs are corrected, mine is perfect, I'll make sure theirs is corrected. And you wanna see mine?
No.
There, thank you very much.
Let's take a vote.
Vote,
Make a motion? Ben seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
carried. Thank you. Now let's move ahead here. Nominating committee. Each year, nominating committee reviews the resume for the board of directors candidates for placement of ballots for voting in March. Recommendation: approve the appointment of volunteers to serve on the committee. I make a motion to appoint Peggy Christie as chairman for nominating committee. Can I get a
I'll second it.
a second on that? Any discussion? All in favor of Peggy Christie being the chairman for the nominating committee, say aye.
Aye.
Carried. I make a motion to appoint volunteers Tom Wilmington, Beverly Epstein to the nominating committee. I get a second? I get a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion? Can I get a vote on this?
I'm sorry?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
There's four, we have an approval.
I didn't vote.
How many ayes do I have? Raise your hand. These two. Motion carried for Peggy Christie and for the volunteers of Tom Wilmington and Beverly Epstein for the nominating committee. Thank you for volunteering.
Okay, report of directors, Millie, you don't have anything because you're not director yet. Rich, do you have anything?
No, not really. Everything's covered. We're doing okay.
Okay, how about you, Rosemary?
No, I don't at this time. I'd like to apologize to the beautification committee. I had another appointment last week when you met, but I will make sure that I will be at the next one.
Ann?
I just want to mention that there is no veteran service tomorrow. There is no park and Cobra seems to be taking over again. Please be safe, residents. Masks, washing your hands, please be safe. That's it. Okay.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes, the RV committee met with, yourself and, general manager a week ago, and we ironed out some more stuff that needed to be done to clean up the mess that's on the RV compound. We are working forward. We're gonna meet again to make sure that everything is being done to the proper way of, handling all the situations that are down there.
Okay, Benny, thank you. Okay, if there's no more director's reports, then we'll move to member comments. Is there anyone out here that would like to make a comment? Jack Rayhill? Or recognizes Mr. Rayhill?
Okay, just a general comment up front.
Name and unit number.
Name and unit number, Jack.
Jack Hill, Unit 4. A general comment. Members are allowed 3 minutes to speak. According to HOA, Section 213, while the board can make amendments as to the frequency, duration, and manner of member statements, at the very end, it says, and, it's not an or, it's an and. The rules must permit any member to speak for at least 3 minutes on any item.
That is correct.
Okay, so I'm here this morning in behalf of Ron Ross, because he's with his wife, and he had 3 questions, so I'm not looking for answers, I'm just giving questions. And part of this is I'm gonna set up time with Carol. There's talk, this is talk on next door, so it goes all over the place. There's talk that we were under budget by 300 grand. If that's so, then why are we only showing 24 as a carryover? All funds in the operating budget stay in the operating budget. That was question 1. Question 2, when did the board decide to change the budget the finance committee presented and the board accepted? So he's looking for a date. And why did the letter we received with this new budget have a date of October 14th? The letter should have read the current date. This letter makes it appear that the board has had this new budget since mid-October and is only sending it out now.
Okay, would you have that in writing, Jack?
Yeah,
Okay, would you please give that to Arlene and we'll answer those questions?
sure.
We'll send, Mr.
Ross.
Ross out a letter to that effect.
And a general comment, and I mentioned this to Ken, the server issue. It seems like we're Band-Aiding something that's historical.
It was Band-Aided historically,
Yes.
and we're taking the Band-Aids off.
Right. So I have a proposal that would actually address some of the questions this morning. 2-way communication on a secured private server for Brookridge, and I'll set up time with.
I think that's what we already have right now, isn't that right, Benny?
Yeah, we have set up everything already. We've talked with the IT person. The biggest problem with the server was it's only a 2 years old. It has never been updated in 2 years. Never been shut off and updated. Everything was left to the new general manager. We got an IT person in, that's the first thing he's done. We also changed the router, which was outdated by years. And we also put a new net card in. We expanded the network. And also, as far as the emails are concerned, we are gonna have our own server for emails. So if we send a blast out, it doesn't have to go half on Spectrum, half on Yahoo, whatever way he was doing it, it's gone. We'll be able to send out 2,000, 3,000 emails at one shot, and we will eliminate that problem.
And everybody will get them on the same day.
There won't be some on Friday, some on Saturday, some on Monday. None of that will happen.
Well, the proposal I've got is more than just email. This would be communication amongst the board members, from finance to whatever, and it also involves Carol as well.
Okay,
And Vince.
give that
and
information to
Patrona,
her.
and set it up in such that it's easy communication between the board members.
Yesterday, we synced all the computers. They've all been synced together. All that will be handled.
Okay.
But that's a very good question to ask.
Anyway, it'd also be, again, not every member of the community might have internet, but those that have internet.
Correct.
Issues that they have, they can submit. And then it'd be a simple
Yeah.
spreadsheet that you could affinitize those issues and say, group them all together and say, how many of them are there really? And then the board, working with Carol, can sit there and prioritize these and say, here's the budget that we have, here's the items that we're working on, here's new stuff coming in. and it's all electronic.
Yep.
Okay, Jack, you use your 3 minutes up. If you want to get up and talk another 3 minutes after everybody else is done, please do so, so we don't get screamed at for somebody using more than 3 minutes up.
No, I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack.
Mr. Radio? I'm on here. If you want, just give me a call and we'll set up a time to get together, okay?
Would you please hand that microphone to Mr. Gordon, since he requested that he speak from there? Thank you.
Political signs or banners. Brookridge News and
Name
Views.
and unit, please. Name and unit, please.
Chuck Gordon, Unit 4.
Thank you.
Political signs or banners. Brookridge News and Views, November 2020. States on page 20, no political signs or banners in yards. Even if you say that is legal for HOAs by the Supreme Court, soldiers have died defending free speech, which you refuse to defend. You say you're defending our HOA, but soldiers died defending our rights. Too bad leaders such as you have gone down the path you have, and without corrective action. You're sort of like the football players. You only defend a goalpost, while true soldiers die defending our freedom. That's what I sent to you, all of you, in a board of directors email. I requested a response on it, and got no response at all. No response.
Get it?
What? I got no response at all. And from the secretary, I left her a voicemail. I got no reply to the voicemail. What
Are you
happened
referring to me?
now, wait a minute. The office had to contact you to get you on the phone so you could talk to me. It was not because you responded to it. I think you should be able to respond. You should look at your emails and your voicemail at least once a day. If that's too big a job for you, you obviously should get another job.
I'm sorry, sir, your 3 minutes are up. Your 3 minutes are up, please,
I
sir.
hope they do not vote for you.
You are not going to put this board down, and first of
I
all,
put it down because you deserve it.
Mr. Schubert,
Schubert?
What would you like, Mr.
Mr.
President?
Schubert?
escort him out of here.
Mr. Schubert?
If he won't be quiet when I ask him to, then he needs to stop.
Oh, my God.
Greg, would you please talk about the banners and the yard signs and how they're in our bylaws and so forth? If you would, please, so this gentleman will understand it's not the board and we're not the ones doing it.
You're the one that's not defending our right to say it, not whatever. I don't care what the Supreme Court says. It's okay.
So you don't care about your government then? Is that what you're saying? You don't care what the government says or the governor or anything else like that?
How about you being, defending the right stuff?
I'm not gonna entertain you right now. If you wanna make an appointment and come into my office and talk to me, I'll be more than happy to talk to you.
Talk to everybody because you all refuse to answer me.
Greg,
That's
please.
sad.
You want me to respond to the political banners?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our governing documents state that you're not allowed to have any signage in your yard or on your lot except for a for sale sign that is directly related to the sale of your home. Now, that being said, our governing documents are silent as to any flag. That being said, you can fly any flag that you want. If it has 2 grommets on it and it can be run up a flagpole, you can fly it. When it comes to the rights of people under our Constitution, Florida Supreme Court has stated that if you move into an HOA, you, by agreeing to live in that HOA, agree to live by those rules of that community. If those rules are more restrictive, so be it. You had the choice to move in, you have to live by those rules. Now, if you want to ban anything political, that's fine. This happens every 4 years. What happens is, it just gets dropped after the presidential election. I will enforce whatever you want me to enforce. But signs are not allowed, flags are.
I said you could change anything you wanted to. That's true, isn't it?
Yes, but the membership in March will have to vote on that. The membership in March that'll be brought up in the March membership meeting. It'll be brought up then. We can't change it right now.
I know that. But the matter of it not never being brought up, what I said about corrective action, that sounds to me like it could be a part of corrective action. You heard me say that, didn't you? About corrective action taken is what I was also disturbed about, that it wasn't taken.
Okay. Any other member comments? Yes, ma'am.
Should be.
Should be.
Hello?
Well,
Push it up, I believe.
You can always leave the podium.
Yeah, when it's on the podium, please don't turn it off, just leave it on. Or is it dead?
No red light.
Janet McClanahan, Unit 1.
Mhm.
I have a question about the signage.
I'm closer.
I have a question about signage. When I complained about a sign on the boulevard referring to the golf course, I was read the rules that any sign that isn't an advertisement can be posted. So I can put a sign up saying that whatever I want, as long as I'm not advertising.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
A person can put a sign up saying whatever they want, as long as it's not advertising. It's the way it was turned to me. So they are advertising the golf course, in my interpretation of the sign on the boulevard.
Okay.
Can't put any sign up.
Well, there is a sign.
Hold on a second, Greg.
The conversation that we had was regarding the old hole markers, hole 6, hole 13, that some people have in their yards. Signs under our governing documents, signs are soliciting for something. So a hole marker or a parking for Harley Davidson only is, even though you can call them a sign, under our governing documents, they are not defined as, they don't fall under the definition of a sign. They are a decoration. Unless that hole marker has an advertisement for a business, Joe's Plumbing sponsors hole number 6, then it can't be there because you're advertising for Joe's Plumbing. But simply having a lawn decoration in and of itself is not a violation of our governing documents. Do you understand that?
I understand that, but to me, par 3, par 4, par 10 is advertising the golf course.
I am not going to debate the merits. All I can do is tell you what is in our governing documents.
All right, thank you.
Any other member comments? Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sandy Hughes, Unit 3.
Good morning, Sandy.
I just have a couple things. First off, I know I'm not going to talk about Gail, but I do want to also say that there were questions that she asked that I know other people have asked also. And I think that we do need some of the answers publicized in an email, maybe to everyone, so that it can be justified exactly what her questions are and the answers. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, can I ask, Vince, do we still have time to put it in the news and views for December? Gail's questions and our answers?
I think we go to the 12th.
All right, we'll have them in the news and views.
Okay, I just think it would be nice if they're answered and other people can see those
Right,
answers.
they've been in there before and so forth, so.
Well, I think after the floor was
And I
done,
think Sandy, I think one of the things that really has hurt us the most is our website that was not working properly because we had Band-Aids on everything. Benny, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought the server was 4 years old and the router was like 9 years old. You can't even buy that router anymore.
The route,
Yeah, we had to
the router was
replace that.
outdated.
yeah,
It's just like everything was Band-Aid together, and it's taken us so long to try to figure this out. Who was connected to this, who was connected to that?
yeah, I understand, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I've got one more question, and I only get 3 minutes.
I know,
So if you're gonna put that information out, that would be great.
okay,
I only have one other thing, and it pertains to our walkers. I just think that our walkers ought to understand more that they walk against traffic,
yes,
and that when there's cars coming, that they should step off in the grass. We had an incident the other day where there was a walker, and a car was coming at us, and we had to literally stop because we couldn't go around that walker, and they didn't step into the grass. So I think that our walkers need to abide by what it says in our rules. I know it's not shown in our actual rules, but it's shown in the news and views every month.
yes. It says so in something in our bylaws, not our bylaws, but
And
our
our rules and
SOPs about it.
regulations, yes. So that's just all I wanted to say.
Right, if I could just get presidential things out like I used to be able to do before we had this
I know.
fiasco in July.
And I know this is really minor, but, you know, it's the
It's
safety
not
of them as
minor.
it is for the other cars coming
Yeah.
at each other. That these walkers need to know when they're walking with the dog, you don't walk on the other, one side of the road and let the dog have the whole other half. They need to walk them, and when there's 2 vehicles coming, they need to get off the road.
Right,
Thank
we
you very
have
much.
bicycles that ride against the traffic. too.
I agree, and they don't abide by the signs.
Right,
Okay, thank you, that's all I have.
thank you, Sandy, have a good day.
You too.
Older servers are certainly not very safe.
Chuck, you're out of order. Please.
Well, would you like to hear we weren't safe with older? You'll be more safer with the new one.
Right, and that, we got new ones.
Sandy, I would like to add to you that, when people are walking, that they need to be mindful of people backing out of their driveway. I'm a walker. I almost got run over a couple times, and I will admit that it was 50% my fault. The driver didn't see, but I saw the car, and I assumed, and then they just backed out. So it's a two-way street for the walkers. And that was really good about on the grass. Thank you.
Is there any other member comments?
I make a motion to close.
Adjourn.
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 Close, adjourn. Oh,
Close adjourn, you sound like me now. Okay, we have a motion to second and all in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, one other thing. Vince, don't turn me off yet. Don't turn me off yet, Vince, I'm back on. Okay. We finally got emails up and rolling again. If you would like to contact me at the office, please contact me at president@brookridge.com. I finally got an email. Still don't know how to use the phone, but other than that, it's one of those band-aided deals we got thrown into, so we're gonna get that taken care of as well. So I thank you all for coming out today. I'm sorry there was any type of possibility, but I don't like to be attacked, and I'm sure you don't like to be attacked either. But thank you again for coming out, and I appreciate your participation. Yes,
Don't forget, budget vote next Tuesday,
I don't think you don't, huh?
budget vote next Tuesday.
Good, Mark?